Cattail is giving birth right now. Just now I came in and I see babies wiggling under her. Oh my gosh, what is this with my luck of catching rabbit births? I'm gonna go on with the rest of my chores in the colony. I'm not going to disturb her. I'm not gonna mess her up or anything. Of course she chose a weird, very open, drafty, bare spot in the straw to give birth. That's right up against some wire. The babies are so small they'll probably be able to squeeze through the chicken wire, so I'll probably have to do similar to Ladybug's nest and baby-proof it, but this would be a great chance to see how Ivanhoe acts. We'll have to see if he tries to rebreed her right after, or if she accepts it, or if his sickness is stopping him from trying to rebreed, or when she does have a litter again. This will be great to see if he is sterile, or if he's not, or how much of a good or a bad buck he is, because we've had some questions about that. I'm also so glad I took the girls out on Thursday. I was debating whether to do it Thursday, that was yesterday, and today's Friday, but because we have to leave this morning and we'd come back in the afternoon, I wouldn't have a whole bunch of time to watch them, so I was like, should we do it Thursday or Saturday? And I'm so glad I chose Thursday. There were some very good pros about doing it Saturday and some very bad cons about doing it Thursday, but I decided to go ahead anyways. I'm so glad I did, because we would have otherwise had two mamas have litters in here, and it's just so much easier to have her give birth in the colony like she's supposed to, instead of making a special exception twice instead of just once for them having babies in this special pen. I'll have to judge from when she gave birth to about when she was bred and see if it was Onyx who bred her or a buck from her old colony. With Ladybug, she's like right on the line, but I think it was a buck from her old colony. But it could be Onyx with Cattail. Okay, Cattail's off her nest. Or it's not even a nest, it's just... Okay, I see some very interesting colors. I see 5 babies to start with. She didn't build a nest or anything, but we have, looks like, 1 with pink on the belly, 2 with pink on the belly. They're getting kind of cold. 3. Oh, they're still damp. 4. And then this is very interesting. Look at this. It's a Harlequin baby. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to make a little nest over here. Yes, kitty cat. Yes, Cattail. I'm right here. I'm going to take care of your babies. Don't worry. I'm taking care of them. Because you're not. There we go. That's a good nest, right? Thankfully, I've saved some Angora fur. Whenever during the summer I would shave them, the fiber wasn't like long enough or good enough to want to spin, but I didn't want to waste it. Well, a lot of it I did waste, but then at one point I was like, wait a minute, I should save this in case we need some fur for babies. So I have a whole bunch of short and soft Angora fiber that I saved that I'm gonna put in here. It's been sitting like out of a rabbit for a long time, so I don't know if it'll smell like a rabbit, which will probably be a good thing, because, you know, if I put fur that smelled like a different rabbit, like if I took some of Ladybug's fur and put it on these babies, I don't know if her smell all on the babies and her pee and just all that good, like her smell would on Cattail's babies would like mess Cattail up and make her not want to nurse them or something. So hopefully this fur that's been away from a rabbit for a long time is a little bit better than fur freshly pulled from a rabbit or something. And I don't really have time or willpower to pluck fur from Cattail herself, so I'm just going to grab someone else's fur. Here you go, babies. I know, you're probably so cold. It's a cold day, you just were born. Let's get you some fur. Okay, I put a whole bunch of fur under them, then I put the babies in the middle of like the nest and put more fur on top. Now I'm going to take some bedding and put on top of that. There we go. Now I need to make sure they can't squeeze out this wire. These little babies, they can easily fit at least part of themselves through this. One time I had a kit get his head stuck in this wire. It was like maybe like a 1-week-old kit who had crawled out of the nest. So I'm going to find a way to like put smaller wire on here, or just like I did with Ladybug's nest, but like all 4 sides, so just like 4 little bits of wire to make a little square around them. I don't know quite what I'm going to do yet, but I will have to do something, because right now they're probably going to crawl out of the nest in a few days and get cold and die. Okay, I just made a square of wood, put it around the nest, They're kind of in this back right corner. Let's see if the babies have warmed up at all. They feel warm. That's good, babies. Oh, no. Oh, maybe I need to, I don't know. It's like right on the edge. Maybe I'll scoot the nest over a little bit. Oh yeah, they're like only half in there. Okay. Okay, there we go. That's better. I'll cover you up again. Then we'll add a little more bedding over here to block that little hole. So, okay. Now, the babies are right here. Still kind of in the corner, but much better and a little warmer. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They're so little and small. They're so cute. Okay. Fur's back on. Bedding's back on. Are you curious what I'm doing, Cattail? I'm helping your babies, okay? But I still hope that you'll nurse them, okay? Please, please nurse them. Then Constance again is going to hang out by the babies. She hung out by Ladybug's babies, and now she's over here by the other babies, and she has pumpkin all under her ruff. You stained orange by the pumpkin? But again, the babies are kind of deep enough in the bedding that they probably won't get scratched. Ladybug's got scratched a tiny bit, but I don't know if that's because of Rabbit sitting on top of them or just like Ladybug accidentally scratching them when she was nursing them. That is very possible. You know, the moms will move around and the babies will move around and a mom will readjust her foot and it might scratch a baby. Ash, are you checking stuff out too? You have to be nice to these babies, okay? Here, Constance, just get off of them, okay? Alright, we'll check back later. I have to hurry up and leave because this is taking way longer than I was planning for this morning. Okay, we are back. Let's check on the babies. They're alive. That's good. It's a little damp, which I guess isn't unusual or abnormal. No one has eaten them or messed up their nest. That's good. Alright, update on Cattail's litter. Earlier I checked on them and they looked like they had been peed on. So I kind of rearranged the fur so it wasn't so wet. And they were feeling cold before, but now they feel nice and warm, so that's good. I mean, I can kind of understand, especially from a first-time mama, why she'd pee on them, especially if there's like other rabbits around and it's a new colony and all that. I don't really blame her either for making such a poor nest. I mean, we just put her in here yesterday, so that was really stressful. So not only is it like a new place, but it was super stressful. So the fact that she even like didn't eat all her babies is really good. So they're feeling much warmer now. They're feeling dry. It's not like they got peed on again or anything. So I'm just gonna get some more stuff, cover them up. So far they're doing decent, not like amazingly great. But hey, Asha, you're trying to love me, but you bit my foot. So they're not doing like amazing, but they're not doing super bad either. So I say that's pretty good for now. Okay, I know it's been just a few seconds for you, but it's been very many days of roller coaster proportions for me. We've had a lot going on with this litter since I last filmed about it. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the wood thing away because the litter is all dead. So we don't need that there anymore. Alright, so now it's story time. Despite the Angora fur I put on them, the kits were still getting kind of cold. And part of that was Cattail wasn't nursing them either at all or not nearly enough. I didn't know if she had enough milk or not. So I decided to kind of break my rule again and force her to nurse them. I seem to be breaking my rules a lot lately because we have no litters right now, and I'm kind of willing to do almost anything to save or help the ones we do have because we've been so lacking for so long. So anyways, I was holding her down and letting the babies nurse on her, and it didn't really work very well. I mean, sometimes it worked a little bit, but not very much. So at one point they were skinny and cold, even though they had a whole bunch of Angora fiber. So as I was holding her and letting her nurse, I was like, maybe I should just pull fur out of her. So after forcing her to nurse them, I pulled out a whole bunch of her fur out and aligned the nest with that as well. And for a while it did kind of some good, but it ended up not doing much good because they all got really cold. I brought them in to the incubator inside to try to warm them up. I was thinking maybe by this point I'll just have to like shelve them and like house them inside and then keep bringing them back to her outside to nurse. And then slowly, one by one, they died, all in the incubator. Not sure if it was from hunger or cold or something else. It was all really sad. And I'll see if I can get a good shot of it, but as part of the pulling of the fur, I happened to pull all in one place, so now Cattail has this huge bald patch. There you go, you can see it better. You look so funny. I'm sorry, baby, I'm sorry. So that's the end to what started out being a hopeful story and ended up becoming a very sad, tragic story. But, you know, this is how it goes with rabbits, especially first-time moms. And the fact that we added so much stress to her pregnancy and giving birth time, first of all, moving homesteads, and then switching her from a tractor to a pen to actually a main colony and fighting and establishing a hierarchy with other rabbits, and then she had babies. I'm not really surprised it went poorly. But I did learn a few things through this whole process, so I guess at least that part was worth it. Thanks for joining me on this not so good but still educational adventure. Hopefully Cattail's future litters are much better than this one. Bye!